It's 2023 and many rappers we done knew over the years disappeared a lot. Like, it's probably so many artists you used to listen to and can't even think of today. But one who ain't disappeared too long ago was Mario Judah. Let's go back a few years, 2017 to be exact. Judah was just 17 and he started to make his own music. Bro realized he was good at making beats and he started to go crazy. Every day he was out making beats, and for years he sat and produced until eventually bro started to make his own music. And I mean, he would go in the stew and get on the mic himself. And 2020 would also be the year that would change his life. It come time for him to drop another single, because at this point he done dropped a couple singles with his voice on it, but this one was different. Die Very Rough, y'all remember this. Bro came on the track different, and it was so different that, like I said, it was trending off rip. It went so viral on Twitter, you couldn't stop seeing it. Academics, Diamonds Live reposting it. You seen it on TikTok every time you get on there. And with this man's face being put everywhere on social media, people started to wonder, who is this? And what the world ain't know at the time was this was gonna be a crazy one in the social media space. People was making memes about bro 24/7, and Judah was going along right with it. Something the world ain't know was he knew how to run social media. He knew how to make people care about him and get attention. But it got to a point where bro was getting so big off the memes, he was getting invited to festivals, invited to perform, all that. And late 2020 come around, he get invited to Rolling Loud. But this wasn't no regular Rolling Loud. Remember what I said? This 2020. So he did a little virtual performance. And when this man came out on the stage, he was in a black coat, dressing like a bat. Like, it was really a whole Halloween costume. Because if I ain't say, this performance was on Halloween day. So for a meme to come out being more of a meme, man, it was gonna go viral. But what really had bro in the spotlight was when he had this little interview with Drewski.
You mind taking the Illuminati hood off him? Yeah, but
no Illuminati, no devil stuff. I'm blessed.
So explain this. This is one question I got for you. When you say nigga, a lot of people are assuming, nigga! That's gotta be racist. There's no way.
If you don't remember nothing about Mario Judah, you definitely remember that clip right there. Y'all had to see that before. But fast forward a couple months to December 2020, and this is 2020. So it was really pre-Whole Lotta Red. If you don't know, over the years, Carter was always teasing and lying about his album Whole Lotta Red that he just kept delaying. And eventually, people was getting tired of it, including one person, Mario Judah. So Mario decided to take it into his own hands to come out and drop Whole Lotta Red. And this was just another viral moment for bro. He came out and dropped his own little EP, named it Whole Lotta Red, and was basically imitating Cardi on every song. But he dropped this and he produced all the beats, and this was really a moment for him to troll and to show off how talented bro was when it came to producing. People was like, hold up, these beats kinda hard. Even if he is trolling with the vocals, these beats is going crazy. And if you check out his channel, pretty much all them Whole Lotta Red songs got between 1 to 2 million. Like, that was going crazy. Keep in mind, them was troll songs. He was on the mic trolling. So that just go to show how big he was. But some months go by, he back viral again. Well, not really viral, but his name was definitely buzzing. People was paying attention to Mario Judah again. So if you remember, Trippie Redd's song, Mr. Rage, he was teasing that for like the first 5 to 6 months of 2021. People was begging for it. But before the song could drop, Mario Judah came out and made his own little version. And yeah, people did look at Mario like a little troll rapper, but his remix of the song was really good. So people was begging Trippie Redd to put Mario on the song, similar to how Cardi got on the song. And if you ain't know, Cardi originally wasn't supposed to be a Whole Lotta Red, but people was begging Trippie Redd for so long, he hit up Cardi and put him on the song. But after this, Mario Judah started to disappear. And soon after disappearing, people really started to figure things out. So back when he first dropped this song, got very rough, and he was blowing up, the label started calling like they always do. Even though people felt like he was a troll, the label's gonna call anyway. They seen it bagging, bro, and they was throwing horrible deals at him. Like, think about it, they looking at this nigga, they like, bro, you trash, so we gon' give you trash deals. And he just kept declining until he found this one deal. And so for the context, when the song was blowing up, Mario was broke and he was staying with his manager Jamie. And every time they got a deal on the table, they would look into it. Jamie would be like, oh, nah, this bad, this bad, this good, this bad. And so the regular label was offering Mario Judah $100K, a Lyrical Lemonade video, and a Ski Master Slump Guy feature. But it was one problem. That was a 5-year deal with an 80-20 split. And you can guess who was getting that 80%. Definitely not Mario Judah. And so Mario and his manager seen this. They was like, hell no, this deal horrible. You was not signing it. If you sign that, you giving your life away. And so Mario and Jamie was like, all right, we ain't signing that. So Jamie ain't even thinking about it no more. He was like, yeah, that shit trash. And so he left the house that night and wouldn't come back until the next morning. And when he got there, Mario was gone. Mario flew across the country, ghosted his manager, and took the deal that they just sat and looked at and said was horrible. And ever since then, he been locked down. People feel like he tried to drop that Cardi EP to help get out the deal. Other rumors saying he just disappeared because he ain't want to get a label no more money. But this brings us back to today. After being silent for all these years, earlier this year, he came back with a little IG post. After being this little mysterious man for all these years, he came back with some posts. And it was just him listening to his beats. He made some beats, he posted, and he disappeared. But the other day he came back, and this time he was rapping on them beats. He was preaching about Christianity. Literally, he wrote a whole step-by-step caption on how to baptize yourself at home. What will Mario do to stick around? Is just this another time where he come and get on social media for a day or two and disappear? That's a question we don't know. Knowing him, he'll probably disappear again. After ghosting his manager for a bad deal, Jamie even came out saying Mario probably regretted doing that. But let's step back a few years though. 2007, we had Wayne, Kanye, Jay-Z, 50 as the face of rap. But at that same time, they was going crazy. It was a group of rappers who was really ahead of their time. Shot Boys, the makers of Party Like a Rockstar. And the way this song came together was so crazy. So one of the members was at this girl crib, and the hook just came to bro. He started humming. He was like, oh, yeah, this hard. And so he asked the girl, he like, look, you like this? She told him, nah, that's trash. And he was like, you know what? I don't care. And he got up and went to the stool anyway. He started making calls. Look, I just came up with some song. It's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all got to get to the stool. So he calling everybody. He had all the members of the Shop Boys pull up just because he knew this song was different. Then to make it crazier, his producer was homeless. Bro was sleeping in like his 97 Honda. So he sleep in the car and get a call from bro. So Manny called him up. And he like, look, I need you to come in here, make this beat right now. So dude get in the, well, he already in the car. He turned the car on and he pull up to the stool. But everybody get in the stool together. They make the song and they ready to put it out. And on February 19, 2007, Shop Boys dropped a song that was finna take over the world. Party Like a Rockstar. And this song started going crazy off rip. Probably because of how different it was. This is why I said they was ahead of their time. Basically, this song was a mixture of rock and rap. And something I've been saying since I was in like middle school was that rock and rap always go so well together. And I want you to just sit and think about how many artists I played into that rock rap style. Juice WRLD, X, Trippie Redd. I promise you I can go on for hours naming artists that y'all done listened to before that done played into this exact sound they was using in 2007. And no, before y'all get in the comments making up whatever, I never said they created rock rap. I never said anything like that. I just said this was like a turning point in the game. But song came out. It was the highest selling ringtone in 2007. And if you forgot, this was the ringtone era. So ringtones was everything. Think about Soulja Boy. Think about all these rappers. They was worried about getting them ringtones out. But by June of 07, they dropped their debut album, Rockstar Mentality, and that sold about 50K first week. But that's good for back then. Nigga, this was all CDs. But this song wasn't coming out no problems. Remember what I said. The song came out in February 07. And in May of 07, another song came out. Soulja Boy dropped Crank That. You know the whole you thing? That was a part of one of the verses in a Party Like a Rockstar song. So if you go back and listen to Party Like a Rockstar, listen to that verse, then go listen to Crank That. They felt like Soulja Boy was biting. But at the same time, Soulja was like 16. And so them niggas was thinking like, what is we finna do? Sue this little 16-year-old because he used one of our lyrics, he used our flow a little bit. Fast forward past this hit, they never dropped another. They dropped other albums, they dropped other singles, but none of them ever picked up like this one. And slowly as time went on, they was forgotten and was never given the credit they really deserved. They even came out in recent years saying they deserve credit for how some of the music sounded. This group really popularized a sound that would change the world almost 15 years later. But only 12 years ago, in 2012, another artist rose up. Trinidad James, a name you probably ain't thought of in years. You probably don't even remember the man exists. But he popped out in 2012 and dropped his debut single, All Go Everything. And the story behind this song was just as crazy as the other one. Back then, bro was broke and just staying with his mama. And she was getting tired of him having no money. This nigga was real broke. He didn't have no income. And she told her, she's like, you gotta work. And then he thought about it. He was like, all right, I'm gonna work. I can't do this no more. So he stepped out, got a job. But it was just one problem. Bro was out here spending his money on everything. And he got unlucky. The store moved somewhere else and he ain't had no car to get there. So he quit. He ended up working at Waffle House. And while he was working there, he was just back spending his money on clothing and anything. And one day he was out buying clothes. I mean, what you expect? And while he was in the store, some folks ran in there. They was stealing anything. I'm talking about they was clearing the shelves and all this going down while he in the store. And when they started running out the store owner chased right behind them, which left Trinidad in the store all by himself. He could have took everything he wanted. The owner even left the keys behind. But Trinidad was like, I don't need none of that. And he walked out the store, locked up, and waited for the owner to come back. And when the owner seen him, he was like, bro, you really just locked the store up for me? Thank you. And so he offered Trinidad a job. And you know Trinidad took that job. And so at this point, he working at Waffle House and that store until an opportunity came up. Someone who worked at a nearby store had came in, and him and Trinidad started to become friends. And one day, he invited bro to the studio with him. From that moment forward, bro just kept going to the studio, and eventually he made a song that was gonna change everything. Less than 1 year into rapping, he made his hit, All Gold Everything. And this song was going crazy, like I said before. It really took over the whole 2012, 2013 time period. And this song was really an anthem. People everywhere remember that song, and the song was so big that soon after it dropped, they got a remix with T.I., Jeezy, and 2 Chainz. But in November of 2013, he would make a mistake.
I remember when New York ran this dog, when Dipset was turned up, nigga, like we was in Atlanta, like, oh my God, I gotta wear my bandana on tilt like Joel's. What the happened, dog? What happened? I remember when New York rap was the and us in the South, us Bammers, we was like, what the and we just did our own thing. But now we run y'all musically. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, my nigga. That's crazy. I'm not trying to start that, but if you want to do something, we can do something, because I don't give a but I'm just being honest with you.
And you heard that last line. I'm not trying to start nothing, but if you want to do something, we can, because I don't care. I looked up the New York music, and now everybody that was popping really out of New York, you might as well say they from Atlanta. And what he ain't know was this was finna start a whole war. A war that had all of New York versus Trinidad James. Right after saying this, New York rapper Mano got online tweeting this. Hey buddy at Trinidad James, I'll be your Huckleberry, LOL, breast them teeth when I see you, baby, but I don't know. You a street nigga, right? LMAO. And Trinidad wasn't finna let that slide. He wasn't gonna let bro talk about his teeth like that. And he said, I said a lot tonight in New York, and people really gonna take the negative and run with it. But my main purpose in life is to take care of my mama and keep my shoe game on 30 million. Mario wanna shoot me for saying the truth, then shoot on. I ain't backtracking none. New York consumers are a disgrace to their own culture. I don't never gotta make it on radio. After radio, I die real. I speak the truth, and the truth will set you free. You gonna hear this, I'ma die with a Trini flag in the air. When I die, bury me in the corner. But right after saying he wasn't gonna backtrack and put it on everything, he got on Twitter and backtracked. He hopped on Twitter and basically apologized to Mano. He told him to call his phone so they could squash it. And really for a minute, New York was just hating, bro. People was taking him off radio stations. All kind of rappers was dissing him. Hops and Action Bronson. I could keep going. And it was so bad to the point where rappers was really threatening him not to come to New York. And it was really like over the next few years, he started to disappear. But remember that deal he signed back in 2012 when he first blew up? Well, 2014 came around and they dropped bro from the label. They said he wasn't what they thought he was gonna be and failed to drop an album and really couldn't follow up on All Gold Everything. And at this point, people started to look at Trinidad like a one-hit wonder, because in reality, that's what he was. But as the years went on, he realized the rap game wasn't it for him, so he started to turn away. He would leave the rap game and turn to something else. But before he could make that big move, an opportunity came in front of him, a big one. Remember the Bruno Mars song Uptown Funk? Well, before that song released, they had reached out to Trinidad and was like, look, can we use some of your lyrics in this song? And he agreed. And from when he agreed to that to nigga forever, he's always gonna get royalties off that song. Meaning he forever finna get that bag off that song, because that song was definitely a hit. And you know the grandma's gonna have that on. He even got writing credits on that song. But where the problems would come was when Grammy time came around. Remember, the song was a success. It was going crazy. And the song had won a Grammy. But Trinidad James ain't get one, even though he was credited on the song. And he was feeling some type of way. The Grammy camp confirmed that since Uptown Funk won in the categories of Record of the Year and Best Pop Duo / Group Performance, only the performers and producer have right to the awards. Songwriters do not get a share in this nomination or win a Grammy for this Record of the Year. Bro was pissed. He was mad thinking he had won a Grammy. But after this sad situation, he would actually turn away from the rap game. He would turn to becoming a host on the show, The Soul Collector. And for some years, that's what he'd been doing. He might drop a single every couple years, but overall, he really did disappear from the game. Kinda similar to how Ski Mask disappeared from the game. A little backstory, he came into the game way back. I'm talking about 2015, 16. He blew it right along XXXTentacion. That's something you already know. They came up dropping SoundCloud classics 24/7. If you know anything about X and Ski, they was really brothers. And yeah, they had their little beefs every once in a while, but all that got squashed before X had passed away. But when X passed, it hurt Ski real bad. He passed and it was like Ski wasn't the same no more. And I mean, what you expect? The man had been friends with him for years. They was best friends for years. My man who he blew up with died. These two was broke together. These two then came up from nothing. They was even in jail together at one point. So what did you expect?
X got shot, bro. I think X got shot. Like, for real. I think X got shot, bro.
Nah. What you mean?
Yeah, deadass, bro. I think X got shot, fam.
Nah, you lying. That ain't happening. They would have called me.
Nah, G calling everybody. Gabe, Solomon, they all telling me, bro, go check. They tell them how they doing CPR on the man and shit.
But X passed and Ski ended up dropping his album some months later. And sadly, we ain't get no X feature. And to this day, we have never got an X and Ski song since X passed away. It was one song that came out a couple days after X died, but it wasn't an official release. But even though we didn't get an X feature, we did get another feature. A Juice WRLD feature. And this would be the start of their friendship to the public for real, for real. It was like after this song dropped, they couldn't stop being seen together. They was out doing interviews, shows, rapping together. They was going crazy. And even at one point had rumors of a joint album named Evil Twins coming out. And I mean, honestly, it wasn't even rumors for real. They had songs together leaking 24/7. So it was pretty much confirmed that they had an album in the works. And people was really hyped behind it. But before that album could drop, Juice WRLD had passed away. And at this point, Ski Mask done lost two of his closest friends within a year. X passed June 2018, Juice passed 2019. So you really gotta imagine how Ski was feeling. Lost two people that close to him. And the world wouldn't really know how he felt until about later on in 2020. He came out tweeting, "Should've been me instead of X or Juice." Ski really had to be going through it, which in turn made him step away from the rap game. Remember, I said this is 2020. So it's been years at this point with no new music and the world was really understanding what he was going through. But another full year went by. Still ain't dropped no music. Until about June 25th, 2021. After almost 4 years with no new music, no new tapes, just a single here and there, maybe a feature every once in a while, he dropped again. But it wasn't an album, he dropped a mixtape. And the reviews it got was crazy. People was cooking this album 2-star after 2-star after 1-star after getting clowned on Reddit. Then the first week sales came out and that didn't make it no better. Even though in reality, first week sales don't matter too much. But just to put that on top of the people already not liking the album just made it worse. He sold 17K first week. First tape in 4 years wasn't good to his own fans. They ain't like it. People let it be known. But at the same time, what did y'all expect from Ski? He ain't dropped no new music in years, and he ain't been going through real life problems. But people did look at him like he was self-destructing his own career. Even though I don't think that's what happened, I think he's just a person that was going through real life stuff. But that's what some people thought, like I said. Kind of similar to what happened to Bobby Shmurda. He sat in prison for almost a decade, got out, and turned the world against him. And that video is on screen right now.